happy Saturday, happy weekend. So, I'm a really big fan of nature. And I think a lot of you know this about me. The first national park I ever went to was Acadia National Park up in Maine. And it wasn't that long ago, like it was a few years ago, but me and my sister, we did this hike, like me and my family, we went to go see the sunrise up on Cadillac Mountain, which is like one of the most stupendous things I've ever seen. And then me and my sister, we did a hike down towards like the bottom of the mountain, and we met up with my parents and we ate after. And it was like a really amazing day. The weather was perfect. It was so quiet, like the only sounds that you could hear were the sounds of nature. And it was just a really wonderful trip. After that vacation and after we went to Acadia, it like ignited this thing in me to just want to explore all the national parks. And some of you know this already, but right before quarantine, I went to the Grand Canyon. And the Grand Canyon was just like mind blowing. Like literally every single time I turned my head, like the only thing that kept coming out of my mouth was like, I cannot believe that this exists. Like this is on our planet. This is real. Like I'm actually here right now. And so it just like further ignites this thing in me to want to explore. And it's interesting because I was reading this spiritual text. I just started reading this new book the other day, and the first paragraph, the author is basically saying like, I have a great life. I feel totally, content, joyful. I have happiness in my life, but there's still this thing within me that wants to explore, that wants to experience, that just wants to get out there and see what there is. And I think the reason that a lot of us are so drawn to nature, I hope that we've all been able to see something in our life that we would describe as like a breathtaking view. And I think the reason that we tend to see these breathtaking views in nature is because when we get out there, we realize like instantly that there's more to life than our job. There's more to life than where we live, the four walls of our house or our apartment. There's just more to our life than what we are normally used to. The thing about yoga is that it introduces us into a whole nother world outside of our external world. It introduces us to our internal world, which is vast and expansive and infinite. And I think that's the reason, whether subconsciously or consciously, we always come back to the mat, and why the yoga practice has the tendency to stick with people over a long amount of time and doesn't fall off after like a week of practice or a month of practice. A lot of us, most of us here have been practicing over a long amount of time. And I think it's for this reason. It's because, again, we're introduced to the fact that there's more. There's always more to explore. And there's never a shortage of that when we're diving into the internal world through our yoga. So we'll get started. We'll start in a Vrksasana, seated cross-legged position. So you can just come to your mat. You might want to sit up on a blanket or on a pillow if you need your hips lifted a little bit. But cross your feet at the ankles. I like to say crisscross applesauce. Okay. Rest your hands gently onto your lap. Let's close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Take another deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. And now just take a nice steady breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breathing in. Breathing out. Take one more full breath right here. Bring your palms to meet right in front of heart center. Bow the chin towards the hands and towards your heart. And then we'll start to flicker open the eyes. Namaste, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming. So we're going to start on our bellies today. So you can come flat onto your mat, extend your legs behind you, okay? And then you're going to take your right hand out to the right side of the room. So if you have space, you're going to stretch it straight out to the side. If you don't have space, you're going to bend your elbow at 90 degrees. So if I do it on this side, it's open. Okay, but we're going to go to the right first. Okay, so now start to press yourself over onto the right side of your body. And as you do this, if your hand is extended straight, I want you to crawl your right fingertips more to the right side of the room so that you can continue to create space in the chest to stretch out. Now I want you to take your hips, pin them in so that it feels like you're pressing the tops of your thighs towards the side wall that you're currently facing. Now I want you to flex your feet so that you drive the pinky toe side blade of your right foot into the mat, and then pick your left foot up, bend your left knee, and then take the knee to the sky and place the foot behind you, right behind your knee, okay? Keep pinning your hips forward. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale. Exhale to keep crawling your right fingertips more to the right side of the room. And then maybe take your left hand up to the sky now so that you reach the back of your hand towards the opposite side wall. Inhale. Exhale. Now one more inhale. Exhale to lower your left hand down. You'll stack your left leg on top of the right and come onto the belly. We'll go to the other side. So now extend your left hand out to the left side of the room. Again, if you can't fully extend, just bend the elbow at 90 degrees. And then start to turn yourself over onto the left side of your body, but crawl your left fingertips out more as you start to roll yourself over. Continue to create space in the chest to open up. Take your hips and pin them forward so that the tops of your thighs will go towards the side wall that you're now facing. Flex your feet, drive the pinky toe side edge of the left foot down into the ground. You're engaged all the way down to the toes. And then pick your right foot off the left, bend your knee, open up the hips, so knee to the sky, and then place your right foot behind your knee. Okay? If you can even heel toe the right foot in so that it's almost tucked under your left leg. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, keep pinning your hips forward and crawling your left fingertips more to the left side of the room. And then if you did so on the other side, you're going to bring your right hand up to the sky, straight up to the sky, and then take the back of your right hand and reach it towards the opposite side wall. It might not go very far, right? You're not going to be like reaching, maybe some of you will be reaching all the way back, but I just want you to have this energy of really opening up the chest. Take one more inhale. Exhale to lower your right hand down, stack your right leg on top of your left, come onto your belly, and then come to a child's pose. So press your palms down and then sit your hips back towards your heels. Arms are nice and long and extended. Take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, exhale. Now come up onto hands and knees, okay, so that we're in a tabletop position. Step your left foot to the back of your mat and have your toes tapped under. You're going to take your right shin open to the right side of the room, come to the sole of your left foot, and then as you take this left hand up to the sky, I want you to pin your hips forward. So really get the right hip and the right shoulder underneath the body as the left hand reaches straight up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. Spin your right bicep forward. Keep pinning the right hip, right shoulder under the body. Maybe take the gaze up. And then take your right palm forward and shift your arm over your ear. Keep pressing down the left foot. Reach out of the foot. One more breath in. And as you exhale, you can lower your left hand down and come to a tabletop. Now inhale your right hand up to the sky so that we open up. Now I want you to pin your left shoulder under the body. And as you exhale, you're going to thread the needle. So bring your right arm underneath the left. The back of your hand will come onto the ground. The back of your right shoulder will be on the ground, and the right side of your head is on the ground. Okay, inhale. Stay for the exhale. Some of you will walk this left hand forward, find a lot of length in the left side of the body. Deep breath in and full breath out. One more full breath right here. Now bring your left hand back under your shoulder. As you inhale, press down, lift your right hand up to the sky, open up to the right side of the room, and then bring your right hand down to the mat. Step your right foot to the back of the mat, toes tucked under. And then you're gonna take your left shin off to the left side of the room. So you'll open up the shin and then place the sole of your left foot or right foot on the ground, and then bring your right hand up to the sky. As you lift this right hand up, pin the hips forward, get the left shoulder under the body so that your belly button can start to lift to the sky. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Spin the left biceps forwards to the front of the room, and then take your right palm forward and shift your arm over your ear. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can lower your hands and shins down to the mat. Now inhale the left arm up to the sky, open up to the left side of the room. And as you exhale, thread the needle. Bring your left arm underneath your right. The back of your arm, the back of your hand lands on the ground, and the left side of the head lands on the ground. Some of you will stay with your right hand where it is, but some of you will walk this right hand forward, extend your arm, and begin to peer underneath your right armpit. Deep breath in, full breath out. Again, inhale, exhale. One more full breath. Walk your right hand underneath your shoulder, press down, inhale, left hand goes high to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your left hand down to the ground. Now let's take a few rounds of cows and cats. So inhale, lower the belly down towards the mat, open up the chest and throat. And then as you exhale, you can round your spine as you press the floor away and gaze at the belly. Inhale, lower the belly down, open up your chest and throat. And as you exhale, round your spine. Continue to move just like this with your cows and your cats. Try to keep the arms strong and straight as you transition. And try to spin the biceps forward so that the creases of your elbows will go forward and your shoulders will find an external rotation. And now come back to a neutral spine. So that nice long spine, okay? If you haven't already started the music and you want to start the music, you can go ahead and hit play on the first song. So now we're gonna walk the hands forward a little bit, walk the knees back a little bit, tuck your toes under, start to lift your hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, shake the hips, shake your head, take whatever movement here that you might need. And then begin to steady your movements in your downward facing dog. As you inhale, come on out to plank pose. Okay, this is the measurement for your down dog. On an exhale, you'll pike your hips up and back, down dog. Now inhale it out to plank. As you exhale, lower your knees, shift forward, lower the belly all the way down to the mat. Inhale to lift your chest for a low cobra. Just hold your low cobra. Deep breath in. Exhale to lay the heart forward and down. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg nice and high to the sky behind you. Now bend your knee and open up your hip. So you can even kind of peer underneath your right armpit to start right here. I really want you to take the knee towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, step your right foot through in between your hands. Immediately straighten out the front leg and then walk your hands, pivot your feet to the left for a wide leg forward fold. Take an inhale, lift up halfway, and as you exhale, fold. Right here, I want you to see if you can press your thighs back. Lift the inner arches of your feet so that you can feel a lift through the inner thighs, but then seal down the outer edges of your feet, so the pinky toe side edges of your feet, so you can feel strong in the outer side. Now, as you inhale, walk your hands underneath your shoulders, lift up the spine. And as you exhale, walk the hands, pivot the feet to lizard lunge at the front of your mat. So heel toe your right foot to the right side of the room a little bit, tap your back knee down, and you can untuck your toes. You can peel open your right thigh so you can come to the outer blade of your right foot a few times, and you can kind of open it up and take it in, or maybe you just leave it open for a couple of breaths and just allow the inner thigh to open up. Try to keep your hips pinning forward, okay, so that your hips can remain open. And now come to the sole of your right foot if it's open. Tuck your back toes and lift up your back knee. We're going to come to a funky side plank, so keep your left hand on the ground. Start to come to the pinky toe side blade of your left foot, and then heel toe your right foot more towards the center of the mat. The toes will face the side wall that you're facing. Bump your hips up and then reach your right hand up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to pin your left hip and your left shoulder underneath the body to lift your belly button up towards the sky. Take your right palm forward and then shift your arm over your ear. Take one more inhale. Downward facing dog. As you exhale, lower your hands, step your right foot back. Inhale it out to plank. And as you exhale, lower the knees, lower the belly all the way down. Inhale, lift your chest for a low cobra. Hold right here. Inhale. Exhale to lay the heart forward and down. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg nice and high to the sky. Bend your knee and open up the hip. And really, let the hips open to the left side of the room so much that your whole body will start to go into the left, so that you can peer underneath your left armpit. One more inhale. Exhale to step your left foot through in between your hands. Immediately straighten out the front leg and then walk the hands, pivot the feet to your right for a wide leg forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale to fold. If you want, you can grab your shins or grab your ankles right here and just encourage the crown of your head to go towards the mat. And I want you to find the lift from the inner arch, but then that pinning down of the outer edges of your feet. Deep breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Now come up onto the fingertips, lift up your spine, and as you exhale, walk your hands, pivot your feet, lizard lunge at the front of your mat. So heel toe your left foot open, okay? And then lower your back knee down. You can untuck your toes. Stay up on your palms, but if you want, you can peel this left hip open a little bit so that you can open up the inner thigh. And again, you might kind of go out and in, or perhaps you just keep it open and stay there for a couple of breaths. Continue to let the hips continue to sink down, right? Sometimes we get caught up here, but see if you can keep pinning your hips forward. And now come to the sole of your left foot. Tuck your back toes, lift up the back knee. Keep your right hand down on the ground as you come to the outer blade of your right foot, and then start to heel toe your left foot more towards the center of the mat. The toes will face the sidewall that you're now facing, and then reach your left hand up to the sky. As you do that, pin your right hip and right shoulder underneath the body. Flex your right foot, and then bring your left palm forward and shift your arm over your ear so that we're in this funky side plank. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower the left hand down, downward facing dog. Step the left foot back. Inhale it out to plank pose. And as you exhale, you can lower all the way down, maybe one straight line. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips come up and back. Now start to pedal out your feet. And turn your pedal into a nice slow walk all the way up to the top of your mat, where your feet will come up to meet your hands. Once you get to the top, you can inhale, lengthen. Press your hands into your legs or your shins. Look forward, extend the spine. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. Grab the elbows right here, bend your knees a little bit, and you can bounce. You might sway. And then switch the crossing of your elbows or the crossing of the forearms so the opposite one is on top. Release your elbows now. Let your arms dangle down like a rag doll. Now bend your knees a lot. We're gonna roll it up to stand, one vertebra at a time. So slowly roll on up. Nice and slowly with intention. And once we get to the top, we meet in Tadasana, mountain pose. It's okay if there's a little bit of space in between your feet, okay? You can have your hands by your side, palms facing slightly forward. As you inhale, take your arms around and up to the sky for Vrksasana. And as you exhale, bring the arms around and down to the ground for Uttanasana. Inhale the right foot to the back of the mat, low lunge, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale out to your plank pose. And as you exhale, if you're ready, exhale halfway for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So I'm going to cue chaturanga up dog. Maybe you can always come to the belly and come to cobra. Now inhale your right leg up to the sky behind you. Step your right foot through in between your hands. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, bend into the back knee, look up. Exhale, spring your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out, around, and up to the sky to Vrksasana. Exhale, arms go wide and down to the ground, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale out to your plank pose. And as you exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot through in between your hands. Inhale, straighten out the front leg, bend into the back knee, look up. Exhale, spring your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky, Vrksasana. Exhale, forward fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of the mat. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Step the right foot through in between your hands. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bend into the back knee. Exhale, spring the left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, arms circle up to the sky, Vrksasana. Exhale, arms down to the ground, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale out, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot through in between the hands. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bend into the back knee. Exhale, spring your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky, Vrksasana. Exhale, arms down to the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale out to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now stay and breathe right here. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Now bring your big toes to touch. Walk them up slightly. Inhale to bend the knees. Look up between your hands. And at the bottom of your exhale, either walk or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now inhale, arms high to the sky, Vrksasana. Exhale, forward fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale it out to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay and breathe right here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your big toes to touch. Walk them up slightly. Inhale to bend the knees, look between the hands. At the bottom of your exhale, walk or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms high to the sky, Vrksasana. Now Tadasana, mountain pose, arms by your side. On the next inhale, chair pose, Vrksasana. Bend the knees, lower your feet, and reach your hands up to the sky. Get long with the arms, get long in the sides of your body. We take one more inhale. As you exhale, arms go wide and down to the ground as you forward fold. Now, bend your knees, plant your palms. You can either hop or walk back to downward facing dog. If you hop, just land with soft knees. Inhale it out to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once you get to your downward facing dog, take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Now inhale your right leg up to the sky behind you. Step the right foot through in between your hands. Warrior two, as your back heel spins down, arms come out around and up. Use the exhale to settle in. Now inhale to straighten out your front leg. Reach the hands up to the sky. Keep your legs, but tee open your arms, triangle to the front. Hinge forward, right hand down, left hand up to the sky. I want you to seal down your back foot and then get along the left side of the body as you bring your palm forward and shift your arm over the ear. Take an inhale. Exhale to pin your right hip, right shoulder under the body, spin the belly button up. One more breath in. Downward facing dog on your breath out. Hands down, step it back. Inhale it out to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes up and back. Exhale, left foot through in between your hands. Inhale, warrior two, rise up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, straighten out the legs, reach the hands up to the sky. Keep your legs, but tee the arms for triangle. Hinge forward and then bring your left hand down. Right hand reaches up. Press down your right foot, especially the outer blade of your foot, as you bring your right palm forward and shift your arm over your ear. Now inhale. Exhale to pin the left hip, left shoulder under the body. Look up. One more breath in. Downward facing dog on your breath out. Hands down, step the left foot back. Inhale it out to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale the right foot through in between your hands. Inhale to warrior two, back heel down, rise it up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, straighten out the legs, reach your hands up. Triangle pose to the front as you exhale. Hinge forward, right hand down, reach it nice and high to the sky. Press your left foot down as the left palm comes forward and you shift your arm over your ear. Now we're gonna layer on from here, okay? Spin the belly button up towards the sky, but then lift your right arm up as well so your biceps will frame your ears. On the next inhale, warrior two, bend the front knee, lift it up. Inhale, flip the front palm, sweep back, peaceful warrior, extended side angle. Forearm to your thigh, left arm goes up and over to the front. Deep breath in. And as you exhale again, pin the right hip, right shoulder under the body, lift the front side of the body up. One more inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Hands down, step back. Option. Inhale out to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now inhale the left leg nice and high to the sky. Step your left foot through in between your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Back heel down, rise it up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, straighten out the legs, reach the hands up. Triangle pose as you exhale. Go forward, bring your left hand down, right hand up to the sky. Press your right foot down. Bring the right palm forward and shift your arm over the ear. Get long. Now, from here, Then lift your left arm off your bottom leg so that your biceps will frame your ears. Use your legs. And on your next inhale, warrior two. Bend the front knee, open up the arms. Flip your front palm, sweep it back to peaceful warrior. And as you exhale, extended side angle, forearm to the side, right arm goes up and over the ear to the front of the room. Take an inhale. Exhale, pin the left hip, left shoulder under the body. Lift the front side of the body up. One more breath in. Downward facing dog on your breath out. Hands down and step back. Again, option. Inhale out to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's layer on a little bit more. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, your right foot through in between your hands. Warrior two. Back heel down, rise it up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, straighten out the legs. Reach your hands high to the sky. Triangle pose as you exhale. Hinge forward. Bring the right hand to your shin. Left hand goes high to the sky. Remember, we want to reach out of our back foot. Bring the left palm forward. Now shift your arm over your ear. So feel the seal of the pinky toe side edge of your left foot. And then from here, you'll lift your right arm up as well. Biceps frame your ears. Inhale, warrior two. Bend your front knee. Rise up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, flip your front palm. Sweep back. Peaceful. Now, as you exhale, extended side angle. If you can get your hand to the outside of your shin today, place it on the outside of the shin. And then bring your left hand up and over. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to get the hips forward. Pin the right hip under the body, right shoulder under the body. Now, wide leg forward fold. Swoop the left arm across the face. Pivot your right toes in. We take one full breath. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, fold. Let the crown of the head go down. Now, inhale, hands under the shoulders, lift your spine. Exhale, walk the hands, pivot the feet, low lunge at the front of your mat, right up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So bring your right hand forward, maybe onto a block or some sort of support that you're using, and then lift your left foot up. Now, as you lift this left hand, I want it to kind of be one motion here. Pin your right hip, right shoulder under the body as you float this left hand up to the sky. Flex your left foot, right? So that's the one that's lifted. I want you to make it active as if you're trying to put your footprint on the back wall. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, bring the left arm over your ear and down to the mat, low lunge. Now, funky side plank. So keep your left hand down. Come to the outer blade of your left foot and then heel toe your right foot more towards the center of the mat. Bump your hips up and reach your right hand up to the sky. Now listen carefully. From here, I want you to see if you can kind of pluck the right knee up towards the sky and then go ahead and stack your right foot on top of your left. Flex both feet, press the outer blade of your left foot down and pin your hips forward. Now bring your right palm forward and shift your arm over your ear. One more inhale, downward facing dog as you exhale. We're gonna skip the vinyasa right here. Now inhale your left leg up to the sky. Step your left foot through in between the hands, warrior two. Back heel down, rise it up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, straighten out the legs. Reach your hands high to the sky. Exhale, triangle. Open up the arms. Go forward. And then bring your left hand down as the right hand goes nice and high to the sky. From here, bring your right palm forward. Shift the arm over the ear. Right? Feel the pinky toe side edge of your right foot. Press down. Reach out of there. And then bring your left arm up as well. Biceps frame your ears. Inhale, warrior two. Bend your front knee. Rise it up. Now flip your front palm and sweep back. Peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. If you can get your hand to the outside of your shin, place it on the outside. You got to really bend into this front knee and then really get the left hip and left shoulder under the body so that you can continue to spin the belly up and the gaze up. Now wide leg forward fold. Swoop the right arm across the face. Pivot your left toes in. We take one full breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now inhale, lengthen again. And as you exhale, walk your hands, pivot your feet to the front of the room, low lunge. We're coming right up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So your left hand comes forward, right? You gotta like rock yourself forward. And then have it be one motion, right? As you pin this left hip and the left shoulder under the body, right, your toes will open up and this right hand will come up to the sky. So that it's as fluid as we can make it. Deep breath in. Stay for your exhale. One more inhale. Now bring your right arm over your ear, down to the mat, low lunge as you exhale. Now, funky side plank. Keep your right hand where it is. Come to the pinky toe side blade of your right foot and then heel toe this left foot towards the left side. And toes face the side wall that you're facing so that the inner thigh can be open. And then bring your left hand up to the sky. Now, you can stay, but if you're gonna go ahead and stack your feet, I want you to see if you can kind of pluck this left knee up. Or you kind of gotta get the left hip and left shoulder under the body, and then start to extend your left foot back and stack your left foot on top of your right. Flex the feet a lot. Press the outer blade of the right foot down. And then spin your palm forward and take the arm over your ear. One more inhale. Step wide, down dog as you exhale. Just take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Let's switch it up. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Now step your right foot in between your hands right up into Ardha Chandrasana. So use the momentum to take the hand forward and then again, let it be one fluid motion as you float this left hand up, right hip, right shoulder, go under the body. Now you can stay right here, right, if you're working on Ardha. Otherwise, Topasana variation, as you bring this left arm bone back, you can flip the palm around and then take your left leg back in space and then bend your knee right here. Maybe grab hold of the pinky toe side edge of your foot. If you get here, keep pinning your hips in as you lift the belly button up towards the sky. If you're in Topasana, gently release your left leg, left hand up to the sky. For Ardha Chandrasana, listen carefully. We're gonna come to a chair pose. So close off the hips, lower your left foot next to your right foot, bend your knees, sink the seat, and then lift your hands up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Now arms go wide, forward fold on your breath out. From here, bring your right hand onto your right hip. Take your left hand, grab onto your left ankle. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can grab your ankle. And then you can let your spine round right here. We're gonna come on up to stand into a tree pose. Bring your leg with you. So kind of gotta like pluck the knee up towards the sky and then plant your left foot to the inner left leg, right? Try for the thigh, if not the thigh, then the calf or ankle. Your hands can begin at heart center, but eventually you can reach them up to the sky. Keep pinning your hips forward, especially this left hip, right? And there's a relationship between this hip going forward and this thigh being open. So as you press the hips forward, open up this left inner thigh. One more full breath. Now bring your left knee forward. You can unhinge your foot. And then we're gonna step it back to a low lunge. So step your left foot back, lower your hands down. And then once again, we're gonna come into a side plank. So keep your left hand down, come to the outer blade of your left foot. And this time, if you want, you can just heel toe the foot back or immediately go right to stack the right foot on top of your left as this right hand comes up to the sky. And then you can play here. Maybe you lift this top leg off the bottom leg. Bring your right arm over your ear. One more inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Step your left foot through in between your hands, right up into Ardha Chandrasana. So use the momentum as you come forward. Get the left hip, left shoulder under the body so that you can immediately lift the front side of the body up. So we start right here in Ardha Chandrasana. If you're working Ardha Chandrasana, just work this pose. Work really opening up the body and the torso to the ceiling. Otherwise, it's Chopasana. Bring your right arm back. Flip your palm around and then pin your hips forward and bring your right hip back in space. And then you'll bend your knee and maybe grab hold of the toe, or I'm sorry, pinky toe side edge of the foot or your ankle. Keep pinning your hips in, gently kick the foot into the hand, turn the torso up. And if you have Chopasana, gently release Ardha Chandrasana. Bring your right arm over your, we're coming to chair pose from here. So inhale. Now chair pose as you exhale. You close your hips, lower your right foot next to your left foot. Bend your knees and then reach your hands up to the sky. Take an inhale. Now forward fold as you exhale. Bring your left hand onto your left hip. Grab hold of your right ankle with your right hand. Bend your knees as much as you need to grab the ankle. And then you can kind of roll the spine up as you start to come to tree pose. So bring the foot with you and then see if you can plant your right foot to the inner left leg. You want to press the hips forward, especially the right one, and keep opening up the right inner thigh. Hands can start at heart center, but eventually they make their way to the sky. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, exhale. Now just bring your right knee forward. You can unhinge the foot and then low lunge on an exhale. Bring your hands down, step your right foot all the way back. Side plank once again. Keep your right hand down. Come to the outer blade of your right foot. You can take the steps of heel toeing the foot back, or simply just stack the left foot on top of your right. Reach the left hand high to the sky. Maybe you experiment and explore with lifting the top leg. Keep pinning your hips in though. And then bring your left arm over your ear. One more inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Now just take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, right leg up. Step your right foot in between your hands. We're going to come into a high lunge from here. So keep your back heel lifted up as you lift your arms nice and high to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Now, as you exhale, twist to your right and tee open your arms. I want you to reach the hands away from one another. Inhale. As you exhale, lower your left hand down to the ground. Right hand goes up to the sky for a low lunge twist. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower your right hand down, tap your back knee down, untuck the toes, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Sweep your hands nice and high to the sky. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lower your hands down to the mat, tuck the back toes, lift up your back knee, three-legged dog, right leg up and back behind you. Bend your knee, stack open the hips. So take the knee up towards the sky. You need to open the hips towards the right side of the room and then maybe come on over into a wild thing. Lower the sole of your left foot and then take your right foot behind you. You can press down through the outer blade of your left foot, the heel of your right foot. Inhale. Now downward facing dog as you exhale. Bend your knees as you come back over. Walk your toes back about 2-3 inches. Inhale, come forward, up and over your toes, right into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up and back. Step the right foot in between your hands. Left foot. Left leg goes up and back. Left foot steps in between the hands. From here, high lunge. So now, lift the hands up to the sky. Take an inhale. As you exhale, twist to your left and tee open the arms. I really want you to see if you can kind of imagine that you're trying to spin the right rib cage forwards into the left side of the room as well. Inhale. Now exhale to lower your right hand down to the ground. Take your left hand up to the sky so that we're in a low lunge twist. One more breath in. Exhale to lower your left hand down to the mat, lower your back knee down, untuck the toes, Anjaneyasana, sweep the hands nice and high to the sky, get long in the sides of the body. Deep breath in. Exhale to lower your hands down to the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift up the back knee. Three-legged dog, so your left leg's gonna come up and back behind you. Now, bend your knee and open up your hip. Even as you do this, feel the right hip and the right shoulder pin underneath the body, right? You look to the left and then wild thing. Keep pinning the right hip and right shoulder up and in. And then you can land the foot, take the left hand forward. One more breath. Downward facing dog as you bend the knees and come back over. From here, bring the big toes to touch. Walk them up slightly. Inhale to bend the knees, look between your hands. And at the bottom of your exhale, walk or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms high to the sky. Vrksasana, Tadasana, mountain pose. From here, keep your right foot down on the ground. Take your left knee up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to open up your left hip. Guide your foot to the inner right side for tree pose. So same thing right here. You want to press the hips forward. Keep opening up the left inner thigh. And then your hands will come up to the sky. We're going to take one more full breath. Now from here, bring your left hand down to your left leg or your left knee or shin if you can get it. I want you to pluck your left leg off to the left side of the room. So you're going to unhinge the left foot. Then return your left hand up to the sky. Like you're making a semicircle with this left leg, you're going to come back through a warrior three. So you're going to swing this left leg and the left knee back behind you. Or you can bend the right knee as you do it, and then come right to warrior three. So eventually your leg will extend back behind you. Hands can do whatever they need to. Heart center, fly by your side. We're just going to take one more breath in. And as you exhale, low lunge, lower the hands down, lower your back foot down. Lower your back knee down. You can keep your toes tucked under. Take your right hand to your thigh. Extend your left hand forward so the bicep is next to your ear. Inhale. Now, as you exhale, twist to your right, hook your left elbow to the outside of your thigh, but extend your left hand towards the ground, and then bring your right hand up to the sky. Deep breath in, full breath out. Maybe you pick your back knee up. Take one more full breath. And then lower your hands down to the ground, frame your front foot. Take your back knee up if it's down. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bend into the back knee. Bring the left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky, Vrksasana, Tadasana, mountain pose. Keep your left foot on the ground. Take your right leg up towards the belly. And then you're gonna open up your right hip, tree pose. So grab your shin, right? You kind of gotta like bend down a little bit. And then as you come up, I want you to press the hips forward and then guide your right foot to the inner left thigh. Hands to the inner heart center, but eventually they come up to the sky. Deep breath in, full breath out. One more. Now, bring your right hand over to your right leg. You might grab your thigh, you might be able to grab your knee or your shin. Your body position is going to change a little bit. And then you're going to pluck your right knee off to the right side of the room. As you do that, I want you to kind of lengthen up through the spine, okay? Now, return your right hand high to the sky. Keep this right hip open, like you're making a semicircle with your leg. You're going to start to hinge forward, make a big, big circle. Keep the hip open to warrior three. Eventually, the leg will extend back behind you. Hands do whatever they did before. Heart center, reach forward, maybe by your side. We just take one more inhale. Low lunge as you exhale. Hands down, foot down. Lower back knee down. You can keep your toes tucked right here. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Reach your right hand forward. One more inhale. Now twist to the left as you exhale. Hook the elbow to your thigh, and then immediately extend your right hand towards the mat and bring the left hand up to the sky. Now you can stay right here with your back knee down or lift your back knee up. See if you can maintain this opening of the arms, right? Think about that stretch that we did at the beginning where we reached the back of our hand towards the opposite side wall. One more breath in. Exhale, hand down to the ground. Hands down to the ground. Pick the back knee up if it's down. And then inhale to straighten out your front leg, bend into the back knee, and bring your right foot up to meet your left forward fold. Now let's just inhale, sweep your hands high to the sky, Vrksasana, get long. And as you exhale, just forward fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, plant your palms, either hop to down dog or walk to down dog. Remember, you hop to land with soft knees. And then inhale it out to plank. Exhale halfway or all the way down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Child's pose as you exhale. Widen your knees, take your hips back. From here, walk your hands in towards your knees and just come to a kneeling position. So I'm just going to demo where we're headed, okay? So we're headed towards tree or plank, side plank with a tree variation, okay? So I'll demo, and I'm going to do it on the left side just so I'm facing the screen, but we'll start on the right, okay? So I'll show you first. We start in down dog. We're going to inhale the leg up to the sky, and then you're going to come forward. You want to keep the hip nice and open right here as you step your foot to the outside of your hands, lizard lunge, okay? Then from here, we come to that funky side plank. So you come to the outer blade of your back foot, keep the hand down. Watch, as I heel toe this foot to the center of the mat, I'm already getting my right hip, right rib cage, right shoulder under the body so that I can come to this position. If I'm going to come to the tree variation, I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to grab onto my ankle. My body positioning is going to be thrown a little bit. And then from here, I'm going to pluck the left knee up towards the sky. Right hip, right shoulder, scoop under the body. And then I'm going to see if I can plant the left foot to the inner right side. Once I get here, I want to keep pressing the hips forward, keep opening up this inner thigh as my left hand goes up. My right foot, the one that's down right now, is pressing down into the mat so that I can bump the hips up. We'll play with bringing them over the ear, and then we'll just come back down dog. Okay, so let's just give it a go and see what happens, all right? So we'll start in downward facing dog. From here, inhale your right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, you can start to bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. You can think about making like that semicircle that we just did when we were coming from tree pose. And then land your right foot to the outside. First, funky side plank, right? That's the first position. Come to the outer blade of your left foot. Keep your left hand down and start to heel toe your right foot towards the center of the mat. Already begin to pin the hips forward and the left shoulder under the body. If you're coming towards the tree variation, grab hold of the right ankle with your right hand and then pluck your right knee up towards the sky as you pin the hips forward. And then perhaps guide your foot to the inner left thigh. Ooh, mine just slipped a little bit right there. Right hand can come up and then really press the outer edge of your left foot down. You might even be able to get the sole of your foot down to the ground. Play with the arm over the ear. One more inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Tap your knees down for child's pose. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Return to your downward facing dog. Let's just do the other side. Inhale, left leg up to the side. And as you exhale, you can take your knee wide and take your foot to the outside of your left hand, lizard. Funky side plank, right hand stays down, come to the outer blade of your right foot and heel toe this left foot to the center of the mat a little bit. Hips forward, and then go ahead and grab your left ankle with your left hand. And then as you pull up this left knee up towards the sky, I want you to scoop the hips forward, get the right shoulder into the body, and then guide your foot to the inner right leg. If this thigh isn't working right, you can always go down to the hip or even the ankle. That relationship between getting the hips forward and this hip opening still there. Left hand up to the sky. And then you can play with bringing the arm over your ear. Downward facing dog. Hand down, step the foot back. Child's pose. Lower your knees down. Sink the hips back. Just begin to steady your breath. And then walk your hands in towards your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Swing the legs around so that your feet come forward. And then if you're near the back of your mat, like I've ended up, I'm going to scooch forward a little bit so that I can lower my back all the way down. Once you get down, just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And then we'll take a happy baby. So take the knees in towards the armpits. You can grab your shins. Eventually the soles of the feet will go to the sky as you grab onto the outer edges of your feet. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can take your tailbone towards the mat as you lengthen out your spine. Take one more breath. And then release the soles of your feet onto the mat. We're going to take one more bridge pose before our Shavasana. Bring your arms alongside the body. Just be sure you can tickle the heels with your fingertips. And as you inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. You can kind of roll to one side, tuck the opposite arm bone underneath the body. Roll to the other side, tuck the arm bone underneath the body. And see if you can allow the throat space to remain nice and open. Take a nice deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. One more inhale. And as you exhale, you can lower your hips down to the mat. Begin to extend your legs long towards the front of the room. And bring your arms alongside the body. You can flip your palms to face up and slightly tuck the shoulders under the body so that the chest can remain lifted. Close the eyes and just take these last few moments of rest. I'll cue you when it's time to return. And now, begin to invite a deeper, fuller breath into the body. Wiggle with your fingers and toes. And drop your head from side to side. When you're ready, you can bend your knees. Roll over onto one side. And start to press yourself up to a nice tall seat. You can rest your hands gently onto the lap. Keep the eyes closed or maybe just have a soft gaze. Now bring your hands to meet right in front of heart center. Bow your chin towards the hands and towards your heart. Take a moment to honor all that lives within. Know that your internal environment is just as vast, expansive, beautiful, if not more, than your external environment. We'll seal our class with another big breath together. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Open up the eyes. Namaste. Namaste, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for flowing with me.